into the soul, into the spiritual. And what are the three spiritual faculties of the soul? The intellect, the memory, and the will. And you will see what we will say about these three things. So to reach union with God, the soul's three faculties must be purified. Memory, how we remember and store experiences. Intellect and understanding, how we know and conceptualize. Will, how we choose and love. These faculties are tied to appetites, natural desires for knowledge, experience, and affection that can become disordered. And God, again, heals it and brings it to order. But that's why there is purification. That's why there is the dark night. Let's start with the intellect and understanding. So as I said, God equipped us. God designed us and equipped us with faculties to know Him. But when we don't use those faculties to know Him, then these faculties become in disorder. So, when we think humanly, when we think the way we want to think, so our intellect is in disorder. That's why God brings us into that dark night. And what does mean the dark night? It means our human ways, our earthly ways are low, are earthly, right? When God shines His light on us, when God sheds His light on us, what happens? We are in darkness. Because of the bright light of God's divinity, we don't see anymore. We are not used to that light. We are used to the human, to something low, here, earthly, we can understand. So what happens? We think it is dark. That's why we call it dark night. As a matter of fact, it's not dark night, it's shining, brilliant light in our faces that blinds my eyes. And I think I'm in darkness. So God sheds His divine light on me. What's that light? I have no idea. We're not used. We have no idea what this is about. It's something between the low and something sublime. So God sheds this light to replace my intellect with His ways of thinking, to become like Him, to think like Him, to see things like Him, not anymore like as I used to. So you see how things evolve in our lives? So God wants to replace the old with the new. Again, it's difficult for us to accept that. It's painful. We suffer. We think we are losing. We think we're out of control. But God is doing us the biggest favor, to be like Him, to think like Him, to understand like him, and to see the truth. And then my intellect will lead me to the summit. When it is in order, when I think the way God thinks, when I see things from his perspective, not only from my perspective anymore, from my worldly and earthly perspective, which is imperfect and low. We see higher, we go higher. And this is how we climb the mountain. Otherwise, we remain in the base.